with the Juventus-Bologna 0. What are what are the tops and the flops of, or the best players and the flop players of yesterday's game versus Bologna? Versus Bologna. The top ones were definitely, oh, I'm not gonna tell you right now. So before we begin, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. 4 subscribers left till 75 subscribers. So make sure to hit the subscribe button and let's begin with the Gregorio. So the Gregorio, yesterday we're gonna go through every single player if it was a top and was a flop, and who is, in my opinion, was the best player of Bologna, Juventus 2-0. So let's start with Di Gregorio. Di Gregorio yesterday, he started, he did well, and he did a good save the when a cross came in from Udinese and there was a deflection and he saved it. And they say, so that is basically the only save, the only one that he didn't save, but there was a cross and then Rowe, I think, he hit the crossbar. So it's basically nothing happened to Di Gregorio, but his kickoffs was good. Everything was good. So now he is showing that in in the last three games that he played, three games that he played, uh, he didn't even concede a goal in these three games. So versus Genoa, he did concede. Versus Atalanta, he did concede. Versus Bologna, he did concede. And he scored 5 goals in 3 matches with 0 goals conceded. So De Gregorio, bravo, and bravo for not conceding in the first shot of the game. The first shot of the game. Now let's go to Kalulu. Kalulu. He was the best. He's the best defender of the day. He is insane. By the way, Kalulu has 8 assists this season. 8 assists this season. Eight. As a as a defender, this is insane. This is insane. Let me tell you this is of Kalulu. So he had 73 total touches, 51 passes completed, 4 passes into the final third, 5 defensive contributions, 4 total duels won, 2 interceptions, 2 recoveries, 2 tackles, 1 clearance, 1 chance created, and 1 assist. That is absolutely insane. And now Juventus are going to start negotiating with him for a contract extension. But now it is getting too much. For me this season, the only player or players that we should have uh, renegotiated and do a new contract with are McKennie, Yildiz, and Kalulu. Those are the three players that we should have renewed. That we should have renewed. And then some of them in the next season, like Locatelli next season. So I think it's gonna be super risky to everybody give them a new contract, a new contract, a new contract, a new contract. So it's gonna be risky, especially if we don't get Champions League. But now it's getting the 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 light. We are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, so it's good, but it's still risky. It's still risky. Now we go to Bremer. Bremer, he was a good defender. He did a solid performance. He did the performance that he needed to do. He kept a clean sheet, and we didn't concede a goal, as I said, in 3 matches now. In 3 matches, and in the last 5 games, we only conceded 1 goal. In the last 5 games, only conceded 1 goal versus a Swallow. 1 goal versus Swallow. Goes versus Udinese, 1-0. Swallow 1-1. 0 versus Genoa, 1-0 versus Atalanta, and 2-0 versus Bologna. So the defense is going good. It's improving with Spalletti. Every player is improving with Spalletti. And then now we go to Kelly. Oh, Kelly. Kelly was, as I'm saying, the defense was good. The only player, the only player that was better in the defense is Andrea Cambiaso. Good by Spalletti by taking him off yesterday. Because he, he do he do one thing good, then two or three things bad. One thing good, two things bad. One thing good, two things bad. If Barcelona come with a 40 million price tag, easily go get him. I drive him as well. So Kelly, great performance, a solid performance. He did his job. Cambiaso didn't do his job. So it is like a now we go to midfielders. Um, Locatelli. Locatelli. He played a wonderful game. Wonderful game. As you see, with him, we play better. With Locatelli, we play very, very good. Very good. Very good. And now, McKenny, we need to keep him. We need to keep him good by giving the contract extension to him because he is vital in the team. He plays everywhere and he is a 6.5 minimum in every position that he plays. Yesterday he plays center mid. He can play as a where Conceição plays, where Boga plays, where Campiaso plays, where Horn plays, and even as a false nine. So he can play every single position. And he was one of the best players of yesterday. One of the best players, if not the best. If not the best. So very good. And then Holm, he played a good game, almost scored a banger goal. A banger goal. And then he got injured in the first half, and then he went out with Kefren Turam coming. Then we'll talk about him later on the bench. Now, Jeremy Boga. Jeremy Boga. Wow, that guy is amazing. That guy is amazing. Jeremy Boga. Wow. Boga. Let me tell you the stats of Jeremy Boga yesterday versus Bologna. 6 out of 7 ground balls won. 6 out of 7 dribbles completed. 39 total touches. 4 touches in the opposite box. 23 passes completed and 1 chance created. Bravo, bravo, bravo Boga. Bravo Boga. And by the way, I didn't tell you Locatelli's stats. Let's go to Locatelli's stats as well because I forgot to tell you. 6 out of 9 total duels won. 4 out of 9 long balls completed. 2 out of 2 dribbles completed. 60 passes completed. 5 ball recoveries. 3 tackles won. 3 chances created. 1 big chance. 1 interception and 1 clearance. Solid performance, but yesterday everybody played good and Cambiaso a little bit shaky. Now, Francisco, Francisco Conceição. Francisco Conceição. For me, he was the man of the match. He was the man of the match. Conceição was the man of the match, in my opinion, because he scored the goal. It was offside, yeah, but Conceição, he was unlucky. He was unlucky in the first half. He was unlucky in the first half. He played a very good game, a super solid game, but has to improve. And then he went in versus one-on-one versus the keeper, and then he missed. But he was creating chances. He was very, 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 very good. Very, very good Conceição yesterday. Super well. He played super well. And yeah, for me, he was the man of the match because he was creating chances. He was trying his best. He was fighting. He was doing everything he can. Everything he can to try to score. And he was unlucky. And he was unlucky. He was unlucky. So this for me is the man of the match. So first is Conceição, then McKennie, and I will tell you the third. Now, Jonathan David. Jonathan David, yes, we started well. We started well, and he played a very good game. A very super solid game. Super solid game. Then he started well, and then He almost scored the second uh, goal, but he missed by centimeters. By centimeters. So, by the way, he has 13 goals and assists this season with Juventus. With Juventus this season. And I forgot to tell you, McKennie has 15 goals and assists with Spalletti only. So McKennie he's one of the best players in Juventus. Now let me tell you, Jonathan David stats versus Bologna: 28 total touches, 15 passes completed, 4 passes into the final third, 3 touches in the opposite box, 1 shot on target, 1 goal. Now, a solid performance, although he scored and he almost scored the second one. He he isn't showing us that he's the player that Juventus want to stay with Juventus. You know what I mean? So he played a good game. He scored, but he isn't the man that you tell, you say that I want him with Juventus next year. I want him with Juventus next year. If 25 million at 30 million offer comes in, or even a swap with Colo money, I would do it. I would do it. So yeah, now we go. Luis Openda. He started. He came in. He he did, he did nothing. But at least goodbye Spalletti by putting him in. Putting him in. And Bravo Spalletti by giving these players a chance. For example, Gatti as well. For example, Gatti as well. He put in Gatti because Cambias was having a shaky game. So Bravo put in Gatti. And now if I was if I was Spalletti, I would dare to be smart. Versus Milan, don't get the don't get the yellow card, or try to get the yellow card in the end of the game, or just get the yellow card, because the next game we have is Bologna, so it is good to have both of them yellow card, and then they could come in versus the next game versus Lecce, I think, versus Lecce, and that yellow card could, because after that we have Fiorentina and Torino, which it's a derby, and the other team they hate us, so it is important that we have the full team versus those players. Anyways, then Edon Zagrova, for me, he didn't. He fights for the ball. He has the grinta, but he isn't picking up. He isn't picking up, and he he played a disaster game. He didn't went in well. He didn't went in well, but very, very, very bad game by Zagrova. And now Yildiz. Yildiz came in. He tried to do a little thing or two, but it was it's only 20 minutes. It was after an injury, so you didn't expect much from him. And now Kefrem Turam, Kefrem Turam, he the perfect substitution from Spalletti. I will talk about Spalletti after Turam. The perfect substitution from Turam, from Spalletti, because he put in Holm, because Holm got injured, and then he put in Kefrem Turam. Kefrem Turam then scored an amazing goal. He went in with the amazing movement, went in between the defenders. He went in and then header and the goal. So this is the third best player. Top three are Conceição, Weston McKennie, and Kefrem Turam. But he played an amazing game, Turam. And that is what I need, what we want from Turam, to be there, to have the presence. He's strong, he is tall. Be there, control the midfield. That is what we want from Turam. And we need more of that, because Turam, you haven't reached the maximum of Turam with Juventus. So We need that Turam because Turam, if he plays, if he starts to get the rhythm, if he starts to get the 100%, we start to get the 100% from him, he will be one of the best midfielders in this area. And he will control every midfield in this area with his presence. He is strong, he is tall. So, bravo Turam. And now, we don't forget Luciano Spalletti. Luciano Spalletti played a good game, played a good lineup, played good lineup. With the 3-4-2-1, he started Holm. He gave Holm a chance. And as well, he gave the bench a chance. Like Luis Openda, Gatti, Zagrova. He gave them a chance because the game was kinda dead. But it is very important, as I said, to end the game fast in these matches. Because if that bar from Rowe, when he went to the bar, he almost scored. If that shot could came in s- like scored, he scored, the game would have been back in action. Game would have been back in action, and we would probably concede 2-2. We would probably concede 2-2. And today we have we will talk about Juventus, how disaster, how the mentality is not right with them. The mentality is not good, even if today we won. But we need those experienced players like Ellison, Bernardo Silva, Lewandowski. But it is for another video. So a major performance, a good performance. By the way, the player of the match of officially was Jonathan David. Jonathan David was the player of the match, obviously. So congratulations to him. But yeah, for me was first Conceição, second Wisdom McKennie, and third Kevin Durant. Maybe fourth David, and fifth Boga. So you guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and see you in the next video. Forza Juve. Peace.